Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do kind of an update about what's going on in our life. It's been a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to figure out what to do this week because I've just kind of run out of time. I didn't get to the videos that I wanted to get to, do the editing that I wanted to edit, and so I thought instead of just skipping a week, why don't I just update you? And this gives me a chance to kind of like look back and see what was going on in our lives. So the last couple of weeks, we have a big bathroom project going. When we moved into the home, we wanted to turn this little porch. It was already enclosed, but it was in really bad shape. But we wanted to turn it into a second bathroom in our home and the laundry room as well. So we had this idea to do this before we moved in, but then when we bought the home and we started doing some of the renovations, we realized there was a lot more to do as far as lead paint and all of that we needed to do before we moved in. And so the bathroom project just, was put on hold for that time. We've been here for about 9 months, and then we finally decided that we were going to hire my brother, who's a contractor, to do the work on the bathroom. So that's what's been going on for the last I guess this is starting our 4th week of the bathroom project. It's taking a little bit longer than we were expecting it to, just like any other project does. We ran into some snafus just from the very beginning. The first day that my brother got here to start working on the bathroom, we found out that one of our pipes had broken outside, like our water pipes going to the greenhouse that teed off from our home. So it was a whole day of digging in the mud and trying to fix that before we even got to anything in the bathroom. And then we realized that we were going to have to move the electrical panel, the breaker panel, to do the bathroom, because you're not supposed to have a breaker panel in the bathroom. We were going to move it to a different wall so that it would be on the outside. And what we started realizing is that this electrical work really needed to be done by an electrician. It wasn't going to be nearly as simple as we thought it was going to be, just moving it. A lot of things needed to be rewired. And so we called in an electrician friend, and he did us a solid. I mean, he's just an amazing guy to begin with, and he just really did an awesome job. Got that done for us. And so we're still living in chaos. You know what happens when you have a project going in one area of the house, it bleeds over to everything. We haven't had a washer and dryer in our home for the last 3 weeks because we had to unhook everything to take all that out. But the project is going really well. We've got, my brother has the sheetrock done. He's finishing up mudding today, and we just floors and seems like floors and trim work and all of that, just that is left to be done. So that's awesome. We're really looking forward to not having to stand in line for the bathroom every morning and multiple times a day. It'll be nice to have 2 bathrooms for 6 people instead of just 1. I know it's been done before, like that's what Matt always keeps saying. People lived with 1 bathrooms, people lived with no bathrooms, but let's be realistic about this. I enjoy having a bathroom, and I enjoy having a separate one for the kids. So I am looking forward to having that done. We started we started cleaning out our second high tunnel, and I'll insert some footage of all of this as we go, but we started cleaning out our second high tunnel that's kind of collapsing, and we were thinking that it might be easy to set it back up, but we were realizing that it's going to be a lot harder to set it back up than we originally thought. And it's not safe to be underneath because when we started pulling things away from the base, we realized how much of the actual structure was not secure. Like it's all out of its holders, like on the sides. I don't even know what you call those. So that project got put on hold while we moved to a different area of our property, and we started putting down sheet metal and mulch to create like a kind of a no-till experimental garden. I don't know if the metal roofing is going to kill the grass and the weeds like we were expecting or we're hoping it to. So it's an experiment. If we pull that up in April to plant, and it's not, you know, to the point where we can plant in it, we'll have to cultivate a little. So we've got that experiment going. That's still ongoing because Matt is getting up at like 5:30 in the morning to go shovel mulch. And it has been cold, you guys. It is, I mean, cold for us. We live in Northeast Alabama, and it's in the 20s in the morning right now, which is not like, yeah, it's cold. I've lived in Indiana before, and it would get a lot colder there. Like the temperature was a lot colder, but it didn't feel as cold. Something about southern cold, maybe it's the humidity, like the moisture in the air. It's just a different cold, you guys. Like my bones can't handle southern cold. And then a few days ago, we started noticing our sweet little dog, Luna, is not feeling well, and we were so afraid that she had gotten into some poison or something, and so we took her to the vet yesterday. And you guys, we were like expecting to say goodbye to our doggy. I mean, we thought that was it because, you know, the vet was like, you know, we can try, but we're not really sure. And so they gave her a K1 shot yesterday as soon as we took her in, and they kept her to monitor her, and then they did a blood work on her. And so everything came back completely normal. Like all of her levels were good or even better than good. And so we were just kind of baffled because she acted so, I don't know. I mean, it was scary seeing how she acted. Usually she's like right there with us. She's everywhere. She's chasing cars and delivery people and barking at everybody that comes up, and just really playful and energetic. She's only 3 years old. She's a Great Pyrenees mixed with, we think, Hound. She's still at the vet. She stayed overnight, but they said we don't know. I mean, her levels are good, so she seems to be fine. They were going to send her home yesterday, but then we explained, like, but this is how she was acting. Yeah, we're going to see. We're supposed to bring her home today, and we'll just keep watching her. But they've done all that they know how to do. They gave her some antibiotics while she was at the doctor, just in case she had, you know, something else. So I'm glad she's coming home. She's well enough to come home. So we'll just keep watching her and seeing how that works out. All of that being said, that's been our last month. And I know there's tons of things that I haven't mentioned that's been going on that I'm not even thinking about. I'm starting seeds like by the thousands right now for my high tunnel and for my flower garden. And I'm getting a plan together for our vegetable gardens, and also I'm trying to do like a plant sale, growing some tomatoes and peppers to sell as plant starts for the spring to our area people. My dad's excited about that because he has like specific tomato plants that he wants to grow or he wants to plant, and he can never find them anymore. Obviously they're like, you know, non-existent around here in your regular nurseries and things. So I've got him some seeds. I'm gonna start his and some different varieties. We are also cleaning out the greenhouse. That's another thing that we've been doing. Our greenhouse, when we moved onto the property, was just a mess. Like the property had been left for like a year and a half, and they had tomatoes growing in. It almost looked like a hydroponic situation, but we think it was pots of soil, and there was 112 tomato plants that were growing in a trellis system in the greenhouse. And all the greenhouse supplies, irrigation supplies, all kinds of supplies, just everywhere. Potting stuff, soils, everything was just thrown in there and unorganized. We spent a couple of days clearing that out. It's not completely done, but we've done a lot. And we're thinking that we'll probably get that started for tomatoes in the spring. So I'm going to be starting tomatoes to go into the greenhouse for the spring. Hopefully I'll get an early start on tomatoes for the year. So that's how we're going to grow our tomatoes this year, is in our greenhouse. I'm not going to put any out in the field. I will do cherry tomatoes out in my raised bed gardens. And that's another thing that I've been doing too. Now that as I talk, I realize I remember all these things that I've been doing. We brought our raised beds from our parsonage, our last house that we were living in. We brought those, we brought the soil as much as we could, and it's not enough because like when you, anyway, there's not enough soil. We didn't bring enough of our old soil to completely fill the raised beds. So we're working on filling those. We already set them in place. We're working on filling those raised beds, and I'm coming up with a plan for we're calling it our kitchen garden. It's right outside of my kitchen window. I can see it from the sink, and the door of the kitchen just leads right out or around the corner to the kitchen garden. So I'm going to be planting things like cherry tomatoes, a couple of trellised cucumbers, some peppers like snacking peppers or bell peppers, and herbs and things like that. So I want it to be more of an herb, like a medicinal and culinary herb and kitchen garden, like somewhere we can walk out the door and pick things and eat, or fix for dinner, that kind of thing. So that being said, I keep saying that. That being said, how many times have I said that? That being said, I'm hiding. I'm looking around. I'm hiding like all this laundry behind me. You might not even know if I hadn't said that, but there's laundry all over our floor because our laundry situation, because our bathroom's being done. We had to take out our washing machine and dryer over 3 weeks ago now. And so Matt's been taking a load or two to the church when he goes into work, and they have a washing machine there. So we've been washing our clothes at the church. We're bumming off the church right now. We're dealing with it. My dining room has a toilet in it and washer and dryer. And I've got a tub sitting in tile all over the place. Like there's just bits and pieces all over the place. One day we will get this together and I will be a sane human being again. But right now I am not quite sane, and that's okay. I keep telling myself it's okay. I have to have reassurance from Matt every once in a while. It's okay. There's a lot going on right now. Hi, Sage.
Mom?
Yes.
Why does Hannah get to put her stuff in a little drawer?
I don't know. You can put some of your stuff in a little drawer. You can have the other little drawer. Oh, and did I even mention I teach piano too? I teach piano, and so lessons have started back. I have 8 students, but with the pandemic doing what it is right now, it's like people are canceling. I had to cancel, like, it's just back and forth. Nothing is normal right now. Nothing is normal. I don't even know what there is no normal. There is no normal. I feel like that's the most gracious way to think of it, is there is no normal. We're all doing the best that we can in the moment. That's the way I'm trying to think of it. That we're all doing the best that we can in the moment. And that really helps my anxiety level go down just a little bit. And then just trying to do school, trying to keep a normal routine in the middle of everything. It's chaotic, but it will settle down eventually, and it's all gonna be okay. And we'll get everything back to normal. So that is my random video today. So random and very chatty. It sounds like I've had a lot of coffee today, but I haven't. It's just tea. That's all it is. Peppermint tea. No caffeine for me. I don't need any. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. This is just a little blip. a little moment. Everything is happening and it's crazy and chaotic, but this will pass and I'm going to do my best. Send help. Thank you for joining me in my really random and very chatty video today that absolutely accomplishes nothing except to give you just an update of what's going on in our lives. Even if you're interested, you might not even be interested, and that is totally okay. Well, I'm going to go get to work, get some school going, and I will see you next time.
Good job, Hannah. Go, Soren. Whoa. Whoa. That's so funny. He just slings around. Smile, Hannah. Smile, Noah. Smile, Hannah, Noah.